Hello there, and welcome to CS2304. My name is Michael Irwin, and I'm excited to welcome you to this class. In this particular video, we're just going to do some intros and a little bit of class overview, go through over the syllabus and what you can expect this semester while taking this course. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into some slides. We'll go through a couple just overview slides and jump into Canvas, and that'll be pretty much the extent of this clip here. So let's jump in, shall we? So one of the things I'll do at the start of each week is to have a slide like this that provides a little bit of just overview, a meme because I think they're hilarious, and then events, announcements, etc. that may be going on. So for this first week, and I'll talk about what the weekly assignments mean in just a few minutes. But this first one's going to be introducing yourself and just a class discussion on Canvas. And then there will be a hands-on where you'll get to do some container work. So again, we'll talk a little bit more about that in a little bit. So first off, just a little bit about myself. So my name is Michael Irwin. I did my undergrad here at Virginia Tech in the CS program. I finished my undergrad in 2011, so it's been a little while. And just last year, I finished my Master's of Engineering in Computer Science and Applications. I think that's the technical term for it. But it's a new master's degree that computer science is offering now. And I've been very focused in HCI, but not in the traditional like building end user interfaces, but thinking more of how do we interact with computing to deploy our applications. So that's why I'm really excited about the DevOps lifecycle and figuring out how do we streamline our processes, use build pipelines and our Git repos and just all these different tools in Kubernetes and containers and all these different things. How do we streamline the process so that we can deliver value to our customers or our end users more effectively? So I really like focusing on the lowering the barrier of entry so all of our application teams don't have to be experts in all this. And actually here at Virginia Tech, I'm actively working on building what we're calling the Common Application Platform. It's built on top of Kubernetes so that teams can just deploy their apps and not have to know about the cloud architectures or how to set up the machines or get HTTP routing or DNS or all this other stuff. They can just say, run this for me and we can do it. So that's what I'm doing here at the university anyways. Also, I've been teaching off and on for about the last 6 years and I love it. I love teaching. I love sharing the things that I learn, but I also love learning from students as well too. So I look forward to getting to know you guys a little bit and learning from you as well. So that's a little bit about myself. Outside of the classroom and everything, I'm very connected in the container space. I am a recognized Docker captain. You can actually go to like docker.com/Michael-Irwin and it will land on a page about me. And so there's about 60 of us that are recognized around the globe, and it lets me, rub shoulders with engineers from Docker, and I chat with the CTO and CEO every so often and whatnot, and it's a good time. I'm also a community leader, so we have been running a meetup here ever since COVID started. It's died down a little bit, but anyways, spoken at DockerCon many times, both here in the U.S. and internationally as well too. If you install Docker Desktop and you go through the getting started with Docker kind of tutorial where you build a little simple to-do list application, I'm actually the one that wrote that. So that was a lot of fun. And finally, I've got this picture here. I like to have fun. This was from DockerCon 2019, and one of the things that they do at the conferences is they have all the sessions and they record them all, but the top rated sessions get to redo their talk. They call it just the replay day. So that way those that couldn't attend it earlier can attend the second session. But those are usually much more relaxed and yeah, it's not recorded. And so the MC introduced myself and then he's like, where is Michael? And I come in from the side door wearing a dino suit and I just waddle up to give my talk, and I actually started it in the dino suit, but of course you can't see out of that thing, and it was really difficult. So I unzipped and busted out, and it was perfect because I was doing an intro to containers talk, and I just said, sometimes we have to shed the old in order to use the new, and it was a perfect transition. It was awesome. But anyways, I just love having fun and finding fun ways to share the things that I do. So Outside of all the nerd stuff, I am a family guy. I've got 4 girls. The oldest will be 9 here in just a couple weeks, and then we have our first boy that joined us in October of last year. And yeah, I love goofing off with them. Who knows? Every once in a while, somebody may video bomb me in the background here. I'm also heavily involved with church activities. I attend the LDS church. If anybody's got questions about that, feel free to let me know, and I'll be happy to answer questions. And in my spare time, beyond all that, I probably spend too much time playing Overwatch. And I just recently set up a PC, so I've been converting over from Xbox to PC. So if anybody does play, let me know, and we'll have to goof off sometime. But anyways, so our first assignments, the first thing I'm going to mention here is, just as I introduce myself really quickly on Canvas, I'm going to ask everybody to introduce themselves too, and try to get to know somebody else in the class. I know with this being a virtual asynchronous thing, especially 1 credit, it's pretty easy to disconnect and not really get to know anybody. But hey, let's give it a try. So introduce yourself, and then there will be a container hands-on, which we'll dive into a little bit more in the other recorded thing. So what can you expect this class? My goals are to have fun, teach a lot about this neat and valuable technologies, and it's honestly something you can apply right away if you want to. And third thing is have fun. I know I already mentioned it, but really I try to have fun teaching and make it approachable. I know some of these topics can be pretty hard, because it's just not something most of you have had to ever deal with, of deploying applications to cloud environments, or thinking of scale or highly available applications, that kind of stuff. So I recognize some of the topics may be a little challenging, but we'll figure it out. And one of my expectations from you is be willing to ask questions. Let me know when something doesn't make sense, or why is something work a certain way or whatever. I can only present the material and help reinforce things if I know what to reinforce. Otherwise, I'm just going to continue teaching, and it'll be kind of boring. And I mean, not to brag or anything, but over the last several years, as I've gotten the spot surveys at the end of the semesters, that's one of the things I really value. But also, those comments are providing more validity and reinforce my, I try to create a inclusive environment, and anybody's welcome to ask questions. At the end of the day, sure, I've had a couple more years of experience in this space than you guys, and so yes, I understand I know more, but it doesn't make me any better than you. And so ask questions, challenge me, etc. And so that way we can just have a fun time together. All right. So the way that the course is going to be set up is, because again, this is a virtual asynchronous course. Each week, I'm going to have at least two different videos anyways. There's going to be one video, and this week will be the only exception. Instead, it's more of an intro, in which the video will basically provide a review and go over the questions and quizzes or whatever from the previous week's work. So I'll look over what people got right, what they got wrong, and go through it and explain it. Then there will also be the new material that we're going to cover that week. So I'll have one or more snippets. I'm trying to do, instead of a 140-minute lecture, I'm going to try to do smaller snippets, so it's a little bit easier to digest, and you can fit it in when you've got your time. And also personally, then I can reuse some of that material to help train people here that are full-time employees, etc. So I'm going to try to do a little bit smaller snippets. And then there's going to be hands-on work to practice and to put things into work. And honestly, that's going to be most of the semester. It's just going to be weekly assignments and kind of going through things from there. Each week, I'm going to release the new material on Tuesday morning, and then all the work will be due on Sunday night. Personally, I don't like having schoolwork done on Sunday night, but I recognize many of you don't have religious observances or whatever, and so I'm going to give you as much of the week as possible. And then Monday is a day for me to kind of review everything and finalize recordings and everything, get the new material ready to be posted. So that's how I'm going to structure this. Okay. And if anybody has feedback, and as we go throughout the semester, and you have feedback on how we can make things better, let me know. Okay. All right. So at this point, I'm going to jump into Canvas, and we're going to take a look at how the course is structured. Now, I haven't published the course as of when I'm recording this. And so because that you see this little purple, it's not even purple, I don't even know what color that is. at the bottom it says that it's in student view. So this is technically the view that you should see when you land on the course. Now, so this the landing page each week will be swapped out and updated with the details of the review videos and slides and PDFs and all that kind of stuff. And then once I've actually uploaded them, I will embed the videos directly here. Now, obviously, since I'm recording it, I can't embed a video I haven't yet recorded. So this is where they'll show up here. Recognizing that Kaltura kind of wraps YouTube videos and all this kind of stuff, and sometimes it makes it hard to use, I will include the link directly to the YouTube video. So if you want to pull it up on your phone and use the app rather than try to watch it inside of the browser, that by all means do so. I also have a link to the slides, which are all on Google Drive, so you can access the slides directly as well as a PDF copy of them. And so I'll do that for every slide deck, every video that I make. And then down at the bottom will be the weekly assignments, where then you can go from there. Just to go over the syllabus really quickly, there's not too much to this. I do have the course objectives and things that I'm looking to accomplish throughout the semester. I know that there's a lot of material to cover here, and it probably looks daunting, especially recognize, hey, this is just a 1-credit class. Don't worry, we'll get through it, and it'll be fun. My goal for each and every one of you is that by the end of the semester, you're ready to complete the Certified Kubernetes Application Developer exam. Okay, so I want you to be able to put on your resumes when you go work somewhere that I've got the certification, and now you're pretty marketable, and you can probably ask for higher salaries and all that kind of stuff. So that's my personal goal, and I'm going to do my best to have you prepared for that. I'm actually working with the Cloud Native Computing Foundation, who runs those exams, to see if we can get those sponsored either completely or at least discounted so that you can take that exam a little bit cheaper. So hopefully more news on that eventually. Honor code, pretty much as expected in every class. All the work in this class is to be done individually. We're not going to have any group assignments and all that kind of stuff. So everything is to be done individually. For grading, the way that I'm going to be doing this is each week we're going to have weekly assignments that tally up to 50 points. And so every week there will be 50 points, and yeah, and some of it will be readings, discussion posts, hands-on, etc. And that's going to account for 80% of your grade. So honestly, if you just do the work each week, you're guaranteed an 80 if you get 100 on them all. And that's pretty awesome. The final exam will be worth 20% of the grade. And honestly, I'm pretty lax about grading there. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to open it up for an entire week, and you're welcome. It's going to be open book, open note, open really anything, just not open friend. And it'll challenge you. It's not going to be just kind of regurgitating facts, but more of, okay, here's a problem. How do I solve it? And you'll have to, debug applications or whatever too. So again, hopefully that'll be fun. For the late policy, all the weekly assignments are due when they're due, and that gives me time to grade them. I have no TAs. I'm just going to be by myself, and I still need to record the lectures and everything else. So please just try to keep up with them. And I may grant exceptions in very, very rare circumstances, like if you're going through struggles and you're working with the dean's office or whatever, and they notify me. Of course, I'll be happy to work with you then. But beyond that, pretty much when it's due is when it's due. Okay. Office hours, since this is a 1-credit class and I'm doing this kind of above and beyond my normal work, I don't have scheduled office hours like every Thursday at this time will be my office hours. But if you are getting stuck, reach out to me and let me know. But one of the things I will strongly encourage is the use of the discussion forums. So if you get stuck, post a question. Now, obviously, don't post, here's my configuration, what's wrong with it? But ask questions and let other students help you out. And we can all work together. Because again, I don't have a TA, and there's, as of right now anyways, right about 70 of you. And so I want you to get the answers and the help that you need. Okay. Other optional activities, I did this last semester when I did the Docker container course, in which we kind of had a live session, and that we just had everybody together on Zoom and just kind of had fun that way. And may do another like half hack afternoon type thing where you just kind of come together and share, hey, this is an idea that I have or whatever. But those are all just purely optional, just another way to kind of network and learn stuff. So that's the syllabus. If you got questions, feel free to reach out, let me know. The other thing I'll just mention is that each week I'll have the modules here, and I've got all the modules listed out so you can tell what we're going to be covering each week for the entire semester. And I'll release the notes and whatnot as we go throughout the semester. So obviously you can see week 2 is what we're going to cover, but I'm not going to release the material until then. But this will let you at any point go back and access notes or slides or assignments from previous weeks and help you out there. So, and honestly, that's pretty much it. So, hopefully this will be a fun semester and you'll get to learn a lot. And I hope to get to know each and every one of you at least a little bit. I'm not very good with names, but we'll make it through. So, welcome to the class and looking forward to it. Thanks for being with me.